Hey everybody, it's Latonia here. Welcome to Tip Tuesday. Today's topic is what do I do now that I have my vision board? So are you feeling motivated? For those of you who joined the vision board party, how do you like your vision boards? Are you feeling motivated? Are you feeling inspired? How are you feeling today? Let's begin the conversation there. I have a bunch of stuff that I want to share with you. So for those of you who were at the vision board or you were not, let me just tell you, I was partying so much and I was so engaged in what was going on at the party that I myself did not get to do my vision board. And so today I actually want to show you guys my progress. So many of you guys may have made vision boards before, or maybe this is your first time making a vision board. So what happens when you actually have it finished? How do you go about using what you have put on your board to inspire you in your everyday life? That's actually what I want to talk to you guys today. If this is the first time you are joining me, my name is Latonia Francois and I am the trailblazing owner of Let's Write Life. Let's Write Life is a journaling company I started to empower people through journaling and life change. I partner with nonprofit organizations and self-development programs for women or youth to help them use journaling in positive ways so that they can begin to change their life. And what I do is I get on here on Tuesdays to share my journey of journaling with you and to empower you to begin journaling in your life as well so that you can move from where you are to where you want to be, writing the words that are deep down in your heart out on plain paper for you to see and be motivated by. For those of you who are joining me here, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, and if you're watching me on the replay, be sure to leave a comment so that I know that you are here. If you have questions about anything I discuss in this broadcast today, please let me know so that we can be supporting each other as we are on this journey. Okay, so let's do this. So let me get started with this topic for today. And I want to begin, I'm looking down, and let me just show you what I'm looking at so you guys can get a sense for what's going on. So here it is. Here is my vision board. Finally, I have begun to piece this thing together, and there is a lot on here. So this is my official Choose Happiness Challenge vision board. It is the result of 30 days going through the Choose Happiness Challenge and defining where happiness shows up in my life and what about this happiness brings meaning to me. And so I have begun to unfold the journey of those 30 days into this board. So I'll go over it with you guys so you guys can check it out, okay? So as part of the party, the vision board party, I gave all of the guests a free download, an exclusive Choose Happiness journaling kit. And so what you'll see here that's carrying the Choose Happiness theme into different aspects of the board, these are actually pieces that came out of that kit. And so on my board, where I started was with this sheet of intention. And on the board, you can see my journey begins here with every intention to. And I began my vision board by writing with my intentions for my vision board were, or I should say are, because this is my life moving forward this year and life beyond. So I began by saying my intention in this first box. And then in these additional boxes, what I decided to do and what I encouraged everybody who was at the party to do was to write down their first top 4 goals that they want to achieve in the next month, in the next year, in life moving forward. And throughout the party, I broke down the different aspects of how to establish your board. So it could be motivational, components of the board that you should include so that you can move forward in your life in positive ways. And so this is my board, guys. I feel really excited and happy about it. So let me show you around. On the board, what I did was started with what it looks like, or I should say, here it is. I started with deciding to begin putting images on my board here. What will you begin your vision board? Where will you begin your vision board? And I started with stepping outside of my comfort zone. So you can see number 1 here, that was my number 1 goal. My number 2 goal is stability. Number 3 is explore the world. Number 4 was love and joy for me. These are my 4 top goals that I want to work on embedding into my life more and more every day. And so what I did was choose happiness. And I started this vision board by asking myself, what days stood out the most to you for life change? And when I began to ask myself this question, based off of where do I want to begin my vision board, and I want to start with that first goal, this category to me, what I did was write down in each box, why is this particular goal important to me? And so when I read Let's Write Life programs, do my own events, annual vision board, and my own personal goals here, I began to think about all of my goals collectively, and I said, you know what? When it comes to choosing happiness, the major overlying goal of all that I want to see on my board has to do with life change. And so what will I do this year to begin to dream big and begin this journey of life change? And so this is pretty much how I began to lay the foundation of this board. I began to start with the things that made me happy, so I could be reminded of why it's important for me to step out of my comfort zone. And when I began here, it kind of drifted over to this side. Okay, what in the world needs to happen in my life in order for me to fulfill this? Well, I need to step out of my comfort zone in these areas. And then what I decided to do for my board, so I took photos that stood out to me during the challenge. First, I started there. And then I decided for the area that I wanted to step out of my comfort zone, I decided to put things on my vision board that would encourage me in the times when I feel like I'm not able to step out of my comfort zone, or when I don't believe in myself enough to step out of my comfort zone. So when it comes to my own programs that I teach, I want to be able to see myself and not doubt myself. I want to be able to tell myself that I can. I want to be able to see the testimonials or comments from people who've attended my classes telling me how much they appreciated the journey and what I shared with them. These are things that stood out during the challenge that made me feel happy. And so what I did was made sure to include those aspects of my journey into my board. So I have a comment here from the challenge from Anita, and then I have a comment here from the challenge from Sam, who commented, and then I have my own comments on the board that I said for myself throughout the challenge. All throughout my board, there's just words that I spoke into my own life so that I could remember. So this one's like that moment when you no longer choose to stay where you are because where you are going is worth more than the risk. And so I decided I had to make these pieces be incorporated into my board because these things mean so much to me. And in order for me to achieve them, this board has to hold me accountable by speaking to me, giving me life at times when I begin to doubt myself. This is what this board means to me. So what I wrote for my intention is I want to become a woman who has learned that stepping outside of her comfort zone leads her to achieve dreams that not only bring positive impact to her life, but but for years to come. How will I be able to see these words come to life? I made sure there was pictures of me throughout my board so that I can see myself for the true person that I am when negative thoughts want to tell me lies about who I am. So I said no more working for today, and that work gets me nowhere. Today I want to build a future that changes life every day for me with greater financial revenue, stability, and positive future for my family. And so then I broke it down into those 4 categories. So you guys see how my board has come together? Over the next few weeks, over the next few weeks, I'm going to be sharing with you how I'm continuing to evolve my board, because I showed you guys I have embellishments and other pieces of this board that I want to see incorporated here. So this is what I have decided to do for my board today. Now you may have your vision boards done now, right? So now that your board is done, or maybe you haven't thought about creating a vision board, this is an actually great place for you to begin your journey. For those of you who've just been journaling about the goals that you want to see happen in 2018 and for this year moving forward, what I did was take those words from my journal and incorporate them into this vision board in a way that I could hold myself accountable to those words, goals, and dreams that I have been writing about for the last few months. No more talking, no more procrastination, no more of that. It's time to start bringing those words to reality, start seeing what those goals and dreams look like, not within your mind, but when they're out on paper, so that you can begin to have a anchor around you to keep you motivated when you begin to doubt yourself. And that is what this Choose Happiness vision board is all about. So during the party, for those of you who were able to attend, thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for sharing your goals, your dreams, your intentions for your vision boards. Hearing you guys talk about how you're going to be using your vision boards, what your intentions are, really inspired me to not only continue to believe in the things that I'm putting out there, but it really felt good to see that you guys have big dreams and that you guys are willing to be vulnerable, to say things that are maybe seem unrealistic, and be able to put those things on paper, share them amongst others, so that you can begin this journey of speaking life into the things you want to see happen into your future. So during the event, I had everybody kind of go around and kind of share what they're working on, what they want. And the more we began to speak about it, the more we were able to hear with our own ears the words coming out of our own mouth to lessen that doubt, to scare us a little bit about what we're saying. Because when you speak, sometimes when you speak dreams, when you speak things that maybe seem unrealistic, those negative thoughts start to speak up and try to be louder than what you're trying to tell yourself. But when you speak them out loud, when you speak them around people who want to support you, their voice joins your voice, and your voice becomes louder than the negative voice. And this whole world of possibility actually begins to take form. And your vision board is here to support and hold you accountable to those goals when you feel like you've gotten off track or you feel like you've gotten unmotivated. And so that is what this vision board is all about. What you do with it once it's made is you begin to start the journey. So for me, when you're looking at my vision board, where I'm going to start the journey is here, because I already established what my why is during the 30-day challenge. And so, hello friends who are joining me. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, La Prince. Welcome. So, as you can see from my vision board, you can I already defined what my why is. Who means the world to me and why? And I visualize that. So now that I have my vision board, where do I start this journey? I can look back to what my goals are every single day. And this is where I begin my journey. How am I going to achieve this? Well, I have to start here, because these goals are connected to these goals. So in this part of my board, this is where I begin to lay out my dreams. I want to explore the world. I want to experience more love and more joy in my marriage and in my relationships with my daughters and with my friends. This is where I begin to dream, really down the bottom of my board, because I know the things up here matter most in order for these things down the bottom to happen. And that's just how I chose to lay out my board. You can be creative and lay out your board in whatever way that you feel most resonates with you. And so that's what I began to do here. So on my board, what I did was I left spaces to fill in as I begin my journey. I have space up top. Look at that. Oh, let me just move this up. I got space up top, space over here, space over here. I even have a bookmark kind of here, which is part of that journaling kit for me to fill in the ways I choose happiness once that journey of mine begins. Thank you guys for the hearts and the thumbs up. So let me ask you guys, how many of you guys have vision boards made for yourself? Let me know in the comments. And then for those of you who have been following along on this journey and you're working on your vision boards, don't forget to use the hashtag ChooseHappiness2018 so that I can see your boards as they're beginning to come to life. And I'm going to make sure that I snap a picture and post it for Facebook and on Instagram. So let me see. So down here is where you can kind of see, this is where my dreams and goals and visions are. So as I am using these blank spaces throughout the board, what I am doing, wow, tongue twister, hi Herc. I know you're still working on your vision board. You need to see some of your pictures because you were really active about it during the party. So now I need to hold you accountable to getting it done. All right. So with the space, right, what you're going to do, now that you have your vision board done, I have left space on my vision board for me to fill in the steps that I see must be taken in order for me to achieve these goals. So when I forget where I am on the journey, when I am not sure what to do next, I'm going to actually use this space to just give myself reminders of things that I can start to do to make sure that I achieve these things. So what I'm actually going to do, and I'll just do it right now because I'm here, but I know one of the first things that I need to do is launch Let's Write Life programs. This is me stepping out of my comfort zone. This is one of the things I have to do in order for me to feel like I'm living my life in alignment with these goals. I know I deal with negative thoughts. So what do I have here? Nevertheless, she persisted. You can, end of story. I have things here to help me pursue the next steps that I need to take in order to fulfill these goals. And so I will continue to write out my goals here so that these words become a part of the journey. And my next step for my board, I'll continue to show you guys because it's a lot to put in this one video, but when I make my vision board, I do it in a way that it actually becomes a living thing in my life. And so these steps will coordinate with what's going on here. These pieces down here, oh, you guys can't really see down here. So these pieces down here will actually have to do with, okay, I want to travel. I want to explore the world. And so you guys saw in my previous videos, I have embellishments. Flying. I want to go to California. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to Africa. There are several places that I want to travel to. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to travel to these places all this year. But what it is my GPS. I mean, this is my address of my dreams. So as I continue to knock off different goals and fulfill these different areas of my life, this is a place where I can be reminded of the other things that are important for me and things that I still want to work on. I shared with you guys that I retired my last vision board in order for this one to come to life. My last vision board lasted me 3 years before I felt comfortable enough and ready to begin to move forward with my next level goals. And so this board is a representation of that next level in life where I want to go. And who knows how long this board will take for me to cover all of these things. But the point here is that I don't lose sight of these things. Because when you're going through life and challenges arise, and you begin to doubt yourself, and you begin to wonder if what you're doing was the right choice, and you may come to a time when you feel like you just can't do it anymore. You just feel like the goals and things that you set out to do just seem like they're now impossible. This board is where you can look back and tell yourself to not give up, or you may have tried a particular goal so much so that you actually come to a conclusion, a place of peace and confirmation that that goal is now resolved. Not because you're giving up, but because you have tried and you have understood that the way you intended to achieve that goal cannot be achieved the way you thought. And so what you're doing is not giving up, but you're changing your path so that you can fulfill that goal in a new way. So that's what this vision board is about. It's about holding yourself accountable and keeping yourself in and keeping your goals and visions in sight so that you don't lose track of the things that matter to you and why it's important for you to achieve these goals and dreams in the first place. Does that make sense to you guys? I have a lot on my vision board this time around, so much so that I actually feel like I'm probably going to build on my inspiration wall, because that's actually what I did the last year. So I kept my main vision board, which was the poster board of all my goals and my dreams. But what I did over the last 2 years was incorporate an inspiration wall to carry my dreams from my board into a larger space for those areas that deserve more room to grow. But what you can do right now is start to write out your own note cards and say, okay, as I'm looking at my board, what are the top 4 things that I need to do for my number 1 goal? So make sure you start with at least 4 top goals. And how you begin to use your vision board now that you have one in your everyday life is you start with the main goal that you want to give time and attention to, and just make a quick list of what steps can you take to start making your number 1 goal come to life. And once you do your first one, move on to the second one, move on to the third one, move on to the 4th one. But as you're writing this plan of action for you to tackle these goals, don't forget to live it out in your real life. It doesn't matter how much you write things on paper if you don't step out of your comfort zone to make it happen. And so that is what you are going to experience me doing each and every day of this journey of mine. And I hope that as you watch my journey, that my journey inspires you to do the same. Okay, guys? So that is what I have for you today. Nothing too long, but I wanted to at least show you what's been going on, let you know how the vision board party, it was my first vision board party online. There was some things that I want to actually do. I actually enjoyed the party so much. I didn't get to everything I had planned, and because of that, I will be hosting the vision board party again. Can you believe it? I thought that once I did this vision board party, it was going to be that's it, done. You can catch the replay. But believe it or not, guys, I enjoyed it so much that I'm actually going to host that vision board party again. We've created our goals. We have envisioned our goals and dreams. We have spent the last few months talking about what it means to choose happiness and defining what that is in our life. And so this next month, I'm going to be transitioning into self-love, which is a piece of my board. I'll show you guys because I didn't really get to show it to you too much. Down here in this corner, it's all about self-love, giving time to my own self-care, reflecting on my life journey. And the reason that I'm going to be talking about this self-love this next month is in celebration of my 10-year anniversary. It's actually an awesome time for us to begin the conversation around healthy and unhealthy relationships. So for the month of February, that is what I'm going to be talking about, starting with the ability to love ourselves. Because if you can learn to love yourself, that is when you'll truly be able to give love and accept love from others. So look out. I'll actually be talking more about it in the next few broadcasts, but this week I'll get to celebrate my anniversary, and next month it'll be all about beginning the journey of self-love and understanding healthy and unhealthy relationships and how you can start to incorporate them into your life and then also be someone of love and joy in the lives of others. Okay, guys, so that is it for today. If you have questions, if you're watching the replay, please leave your comments so that I know you're here. And if you are on this journey and you have created your vision board, please use the hashtag ChooseHappiness2018 so I can check out what you are doing with your space. Okay, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. If you want to look for more journals and find out about more programs that I have online, go check me out at letswritelife.com. There'll be links in the comment box with this video. All right, guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Did you enjoy that video? I hope so. You can check out more events like the Choose Happiness Vision Board Party at letswritelife.com. But wait, if you haven't enjoyed the party yet and you haven't participated in the Choose Happiness Challenge, I definitely want to make sure that you start your journey there with the Choose Happiness Challenge before you start your vision board. So if you go over to letswritelife.com, there is a free email series for you to join the Choose Happiness Challenge. And once you've gone through that challenge, there is an on-demand vision board party waiting for you to go and be a part of after the challenge is completed. So go check out all the links with this video. Go visit letswritelife.com so you can plug in exactly where you need to in order for you to bring your vision board to life. All right, my friend, you're worth writing for. You always were. You always will be. Let's write life.